All right, and we are back in the lobby bar for the week of October the 2nd, 2023. Brian and Michaela here with you. And Michaela, we're back in the same place again, finally, just in time for October, carving pumpkin time, going trick-or-treating, all that stuff. But we're gonna do cocktails before we get into that. But how was your trip, Michaela? You were out in Santa Fe for what felt like forever. I haven't seen you in so long. Been
Oh,
been been missing our cocktail time together, but you were having plenty of cocktails on your own. So
I was. I was missing all the drink the music, all the drink the movie stuff. I was excited to hear that we're getting closer to reaching an agreement for drink the movies, or well, for the movies and SAG. Let's hope and let's talk to everybody and make sure that we all know that we support that, and we hope that they come to an agreement because
that's
um,
right.
I'm really hopeful. I'm missing the movie time. I'm not going to lie from a selfish perspective, but I'm also pretty darn sure that the executives are missing their big white paychecks from all the movies that other people have created on their behalf. So anyway,
That's right.
I
That's right.
did.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, as of recording, so the WGA, the writer's strike, that ended last week. I think they voted on it. They approved it. They got their fair deal. So, good job there. The SAG-AFTRA apparently we're starting negotiations today. So, yeah. So hopefully here in the not too distant future, we'll be able to talk about some movies that we've already recorded. We've got movies that we're recording currently to get out in the world. We're going to see movies, so that's not stopped. We've just not been able to have those episodes. So start paying people, all you millionaires out there. Do what you're supposed to do. Be good people, and do the right thing. And you were doing the right thing, Michaela. Well, it's kind of a mean thing. You were kind of mean too, sending me all these pictures of cocktails you're having on your trip. But hopefully you brought back some recipes for me, for everyone, for all the listeners out there, because these look pretty good.
Yeah. So basically, Brian, I was on a recon mission for you and your beautiful bride
You,
because you
you
guys are
drove
going
you
out.
drove 24 hours to get cocktails without me, is what you did.
Yeah, that is what I did. But don't never fear. These are places you can go, and I hear that you and your bride are going to Santa Fe as well in like a month, and that
True.
will be really exciting. There is a place I totally recommend you going to. It's called the Dragon Room. It is the bar inside the Pink Adobe. The Pink Adobe, if you don't know, I've never been to Santa Fe. It's a staple. It's been around forever, and so had the Dragon Room up until a few years ago. I think it shut down for COVID for some time, and it just reopened. I mean, I don't even know if, as of this recording, if it's had its grand opening. It had just had a soft opening when we were there, and it's a really funky, beautiful, very sexy kind of bar on the inside. It's not very big, so if you go, make sure that you're okay to wait or get there right when it opens so that you can have some of these cocktails. One of the cocktails that I had is the one that we're going to talk about in the lobby bar. It is called it is called the Melita Bell. And I really love this drink because it's very up my alley because it's got some Saint Germain in it, as all the things I love do. But it's also got this really cool, like citrus bell pepper aspect to it and a smokiness. And so I think it really set
Mm,
me up for enjoying a night on the town in Santa Fe, which is pretty cool. So
okay.
here's how we're going to make it. What you need is some mezcal. Now, you're going to need an ounce and a half of that. They use Dos Hombres, but I think if you do any sort of medium to full kind of smokiness of mezcal that you like, get your favorite one out, use an ounce and a
Mhm.
half of that, put that in a shaker with some ice, add half an ounce of Saint Germain, half an ounce of Cointreau, half an ounce of agave, and then shake that up. Put it in a glass with the ice, add maybe another couple of cubes to keep it nice and cold, and then add a citrus bell pepper. It's amazing because it's kind of a pink. I did not order this thinking that it would be pink, but it created this really beautiful kind of pink hue. And the smokiness of the mezcal paired really splendidly with the Saint Germain.
Okay.
The Cointreau and the agave added some sweetness, but not too much. This really felt like a margarita on steroids, but it was so more. I don't know. It felt just more fancy
Hmm.
and a lot not like the jalapeno, because we've done a lot of jalapeno margaritas, right? That was a thing for a while, where in jalapeno watermelon and kind of that
Right.
sort of
Yeah.
spice.
The spicier stuff. Yeah.
This is a much more earthy spice to it, which I thought was really great.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds really good, and I like kind of that sweeter bell pepper note there of that garnish there that are pretty delicious. And if you don't have mezcal or don't want to go get a bottle, you could probably swap out just like a silver tequila for that. And you're going to lose a little bit of that smoky kind of backbone that mezcal has, but it's going to get you in the same ballpark if you want to mix one of these up, just as a weeknight cocktail or to have a little bit of a fancier pre-dinner drink or after dinner drink, something like that. So that sounds pretty good, Michaela. And yeah, I am going to Santa Fe myself here in the not too distant future. My wife and I are going to go for a quick little getaway. So yeah, so you did some scouting for me, saw some good places. You went to this very cool, fancy psychedelic art museum kind of thing called what's it called? It's called
Oh, Meow
the Meow.
Wolf.
Meow Wolf. Yeah, we're going to that. You sent me some cocktails from that, so I'm gonna go check that out. Maybe we'll do a little Santa Fe part two on the lobby bar after I get back and I have a chance to go check these out. So thank you very much for your recommendations there, and thank you for all the patrons making their recommendations on our albums that we've been covering. So last week we talked about Lady Gaga, The Fame. That's what you're listening to on your drive out to Santa Fe. Which is good. I guess that gets you hyped up, I guess, to go places, have fancy cocktails, do some singing, do some dancing, stuff like that. And then your drive back, you got to listen to coming up this week is Dolly Parton's Jolene. That seems like a good kind of post recovery regrets, living your life kind of thing. So that's great. That's what we're talking about this week. That's what the patrons voted for over on our Patreon site, patreon.com/drink the movies. So looking forward to talking about Dolly Parton, Jolene. Michaela, are you a Dolly Parton fan? You're from the part of the world that celebrates Dolly Parton, I think.
I mean, I am a human, and all humans should pretty much celebrate Dolly Parton.
I should clarify, and by part of the world, I just meant the world. Everyone
Right.
loves
Oh,
Dolly
yes,
Parton.
yes. Yeah. No, everybody loves Dolly Parton. I don't know anybody who doesn't love Dolly Parton. And if you don't,
Not
I
people
don't want to talk to
I don't
you.
trust people that don't like Dolly Parton.
Exactly. Exactly. It's she's like a human treasure. I was gonna say an American treasure, but I really think um her and her makeup and her big wigs, man, they speak to everybody. She's just awesome. And but I had not done a lot of research on her previous to this podcast. So it was really cool to deep dive into one of her earlier albums and learn more about her as a person and all the other things that she was about. And we'll talk more about that. But yeah, I was really excited to get into some Jolene because that is the name of the album, not just the song. So that's kind of cool.
That's right. Yeah, it is pulling double duty there. So I guarantee everyone out there knows at least two of the songs from this album. But if you don't know the rest of the album, go ahead and get it. Get on your phone or however you're listening to music. Listen to the album because it is pretty good, and I'm excited to talk about it. That's what we got coming this week. Our next vote's going to be up on Patreon by the time you're listening to this, probably. So again, go check that out if you want to vote for the next album. And like we said, with the strikes hopefully coming to an end, we'll be back to talking about movies. We're still going to be talking about music in some shape or another because it's been too fun to give up on music altogether when that time comes. But we're just going to we'll just keep adding things, I guess, to our repertoire until we don't have any more time. As long as we have time for cocktails, that'll be a-okay with us. So what I'm going to do, Michaela, is I'm gonna pour through these pictures you sent me from your Santa Fe trip. I'm going to pick out all the cocktails I want. You're going to tell me where I need to go get those in Santa Fe. We're going to do that. And then yeah, and then hopefully we'll be back maybe to talk about a movie next time, some box office stuff. I don't know. Who knows? But thank you everyone for joining us in the lobby bar, and we'll talk to you next time.